Way back, BTBG was actually known as Sino Gang, but everything changed after one of their members, Baby T, was killed. That's when the crew switched up and started repping his name hard, turning up the heat on their rivals. Things started getting real intense in the streets after that. Kill Bill wasn't always in that life, though. He used to hoop and play football back in the day, dreaming about making it big.
My little brother Reddy was one of them, don't do. Folks was 15. Dope, he was 14 when nobody, by the time he was 15, he had like a tray, nigga. On Lil Bill, fuck you tomorrow. No doubt. On dope, no rap, got no nothing there.
But then one of his own friends hit him with some tough words, saying he was too small to ever go pro with it. That moment hit him deep and might have been the push that sent him down a whole different path. Kill Bill blew up out of nowhere, turning from a nobody into one of Chicago's most feared names almost overnight. But here's the question everyone's asking. Is he really that dangerous rapper with over 10 bodies, or just another dude building hype for attention? Today, we're diving deep into the truth behind all the noise. Behind the scenes, Kill Bill hails from the tough west side of Chicago and claims a crew known as BBT Blood Gang Aang, ABTBG. The streets know his name, but what they don't know is the real story that got him this reputation.
Man, fuck man.
After that, Kill Bill started getting way more active in the streets, stepping deeper into that lifestyle fast. His little brother, KJ, followed right behind him and jumped off the porch early too. Word around the city says KJ was already making a name for himself at a young age, and his name started buzzing everywhere. BTBG got enemies all across the west side, and they're known for clashing with a bunch of rival sets, including Ghost Mob. But that's not all. The tension doesn't stop there.
Come on, gang. They told me your ass is the police on Lil D Grave. Ben told me that. Like, fuck you on the net for get your police goof ass on.
They've also had long-running beef with some GD sets out west, like FRO Gang. And according to Kill Bill himself, things between them have been far from calm. Kill Bill's little brother, KJ, had already built up a wild reputation before he even hit 16. Word on the block was that he'd gone head-to-head with FRO Gang more than once, and people couldn't stop talking about it. The streets were saying KJ was moving reckless and fearless, earning his name fast. Whether all the talk was truth or just hype, one thing's for sure. KJ's story had everybody in the city watching closely. Some folks out there started whispering that it wasn't really KJ doing all that, saying it was actually someone named KA behind those moves instead.
I got in the bang of that school in September. Like September 2022. The day he passed away, we on the phone, he walking through the hallway.
Others claim KJ was taking credit for things he didn't even do, just to boost his name in the streets. But no matter what people said, one thing was clear. KJ was definitely out there putting in serious work for BTBG. The rivals knew his name and were locked in on trying to get at him. That kind of attention proved he was a real problem to his enemies. Even while KJ was still hitting the books and showing up to class, he was living a whole different life once the bell rang. He was trying to balance school and the streets, but that mix never ends well. In September 2022, things took a dangerous turn. Right after school, he got caught up in a serious shootout. The situation shook everyone who knew him, because no one expected school hours to end like that. It showed just how deep he was getting into that lifestyle.
Man, get your goofy clown out west big pants, fake jewelry, fake designer, fake everything. Get your pack selling, pack working. Gotta turn the money into boo-boo. Get your goofy ass on my dead cousin. Like, you making interviews and mentioning motherfuckers' names on my dead brother, boy. Don't make a motherfucker pull up on my cousin grade, nigga.
Kill Bill tried to warn his little brother, telling him straight up to switch schools and get away from all that street drama. He knew the tension was getting real and wanted KJ to stay safe. But KJ didn't listen. He kept going to the same school like nothing was gonna happen. Sadly, just a few months later, things took a tragic turn. The rivals spotted KJ as he was leaving school, and that moment changed everything forever. It was a heartbreaking reminder of how fast the streets can take someone young and full of potential.
You know, like, I'm still respectful now. Like, you know, I be respecting my head. I'm keep down, I tweak last year. I'm about to be the old lady up. But she was disrespectful though. I'm so great, but like.
Kill Bill later shared that on the day everything went down, he was actually on the phone with KJ while his little brother was walking through the school hallway. He had no clue that would be their last conversation. That call still sticks with him, cause hearing KJ's voice just moments before everything changed hit deep. It's one of those memories that never fades, showing how fast life can flip when the streets get involved. That day, Kill Bill was just trying to get KJ to slide over to his crib, thinking it was gonna be a regular day like any other. He had no clue that call would be the last time he ever spoke to his little brother. The thought of that moment still haunts him, cause if KJ had just gone to his place, things might have turned out completely different.
Trap Lil Ross, bro. I'll follow you back, but you gotta stop be on this bitch land. You be all on YouTube and shit, just be land and shit. motherfucker smack the shit out you, then I'll be wrong and shit.
It's a chilling reminder of how fast everything can change without warning. Kill Bill was already making a name for himself before KJ's death, with people saying he'd been involved in serious street stuff long before the tragedy hit. But after losing his little brother, things took a dark turn. The violence reached a whole new level. No one was ever arrested for what happened to KJ, but the word on the streets pointed heavy fingers at FRO gang being behind it. That rumor only fueled more tension and chaos in the city.
Kill Bill.
Bro, man, I think the last time, well, really the first and last time I seen you was at Lyrical Lemonade, and you know I wasn't really familiar on you like that, but was it your manager at the time, Guap? Yeah, you know, he told me like, man, you gonna be hearing about it, you gonna be seeing them. Next thing you know, that shit became true. Bro, like.
Not long after, in December 2022, people started whispering that Kill Bill struck back hard, going after FRO gang in one of the most shocking incidents Chicago had seen in a while. The story spread fast, leaving everyone talking about whether it was revenge or something even deeper. Word around the city was that Kill Bill allegedly pulled up on a FRO gang member named Gucci while he was out driving, and things got intense fast.
Yeah, that shit be crazy.
Yeah. So like at that time, was your name like ringing on the internet and shit? Or was it more so just like on some outside type of time?
I feel like it was on the internet too.
Yeah.
Around that time, yeah.
Okay.
Like on Reddit and shit, like on YouTube comments.
Yeah.
But like if you knew me, like you would definitely be seeing this shit.
Bro.
Reports say Kill Bill opened fire, hitting both Gucci and a woman who was in the car with him. Gucci tried to speed off once the shots rang out, but the situation went completely out of control. The car ended up crashing and the scene turned chaotic. What happened that day left the whole neighborhood shocked and talking non-stop. It became one of the most talked about and chilling moments in Chicago that year, adding another dark chapter to Kill Bill's name.
Speaking of Reddit, man, I just had a nice little stroll on that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, like, they call your ass 2025 Lil Jeff on that bitch. Like, I'm on it, I'm like, damn, that's y'all comparing.
They
Like,
be funny and shit. That shit be the internet though. You can't like believe that shit.
yeah.
Honestly.
See, I don't be necessarily, I really don't believe nothing I see online. Not saying I look at it and be like, oh, this shit cap. I just don't be having no opinion because I know how the internet get. Like, some shit be real, some shit be fake.
Kill Bill's name started popping up in even more rumors after that. People were saying he wasn't just going after one crew, but was also targeting vice lords too. Whispers on the streets claimed he had a hand in one of the wildest hits ever caught on camera. Back in 2024, a Ghost Mob member named David was leaving a gas station when 3 masked shooters pulled up and unleashed a storm of bullets, over 100 shots flying everywhere. The video of it spread fast, and before long, people were pointing fingers at Kill Bill saying he was involved.
But like, just overall, how was that for you? You know, like seeing all this about yourself type shit.
Like sometimes that shit be irritating, but like I learned to not even pay attention to the internet, cause like the internet ain't no real place. Like after motherfucker log off the app, it's back to real life. So like it don't even matter.
Do you feel like you have to change like how you move or how you thought? Like, cause you know it's one thing to be in the streets and just got like, you know, a name in the streets. But when you in the streets, you got a name in the streets and you got that internet clout, I think that shit like make it like worse in a way.
But when asked about it in an interview, Kill Bill denied it, saying he didn't kill David, but then added he wished he did. That statement shocked everyone and only made his image in the streets even darker. Kill Bill once said he actually crossed paths with Davo at the courthouse, but according to him, Davo didn't want any problems that day. That story had people talking, but what really got fans' attention was one of Kill Bill's own lyrics. Some thought he might have slipped up and revealed too much. In one of his tracks, he rapped, "Walking with it on me, Drizzy tucked off in my coat, man. That mess was tragic, left his ass out in the snow."
Yeah, a little bit, cause it'll be like irritating, cause like a motherfucker know you wouldn't really know what they own, if you get what I'm saying. Like niggas would be, but not even just niggas, like most likely niggas though. It'll be niggas be wanting to ask for a picture, say they like, you know, fuck with your music in a weird way, like you nervous to say you looking shady type shit. You throwing me off.
You ever run into like a real weird fan where it's like you down there tweet with them, then
Listeners immediately connected that line to a Ghost Mob member named Big Glow, who was reportedly killed and later found outside in the cold. Rumors started flying that BTBG might have been behind it, and people began saying Kill Bill had basically told on himself through his music. Kill Bill started going viral for another wild reason. People began saying he might be into dark stuff, even calling him a devil worshiper online. The talk blew up after fans listened closely to one of his songs, where he took a direct shot at Big Glow and dropped some shocking bars. In the track, he rapped, "I just caught another kill. Forget God, I'm a villain." And that line sent the internet into a frenzy.
Kind of shows like he just a fan.
Like, damn near one time, though. Like, this was like in 2023, after a funeral. I'm in a gas station and shit. This nigga like, Kill Bill, woo out the damn. I'm like, yeah, why? Yeah, I fuck with your music, keep dropping. Like, you know, you could have started off with listen to the music.
I think people gotta learn like how to approach a certain type of individual, you know? Like,
Critics said it was way too dark, while others thought he was just trying to sound fearless. BTBG also got a dangerous rep for reckless moves that sometimes hurt innocent people caught in the mix. One of the rumors even claimed that during a targeted attack, a girl was tragically hit instead of the person they were really after, but no one knows what truly went down. Till had been wearing a shirt dissing an ABTBG member named 2-3, who had just been killed by Ghost Mob's Pluto 2 times. Now, Pluto wasn't just any member, he was known as one of Ghost Mob's most active shooters, with people claiming he had already taken down at least 10 rivals before he was killed back in 2019. His name carried serious weight in the streets, but the drama didn't stop there. Just a year later,
it's like how you say, like, lead with I fuck with your music. Don't lead with is you do. Cause it's like, yeah, now what? Bro, like,
It's like,
who the fuck is you?
like, but we from Chicago though, so it's like, you know, motherfucker, damn near approach like that, cause that's just a lingo. But it's like, you know how motherfucker gonna react like that. You approach like that. So just approach anybody with respect, bro. Like,
2-3 allegedly tried to spin back on Ghost Mob, aiming to get revenge. That move turned out bad fast though, because during that same attack, he ended up getting killed too. It was a non-stop cycle of retaliation that showed just how deep and dangerous the beef between BTBG and Ghost Mob had gotten. Losing 2-3 was a huge hit for BTBG, and when Tiller started dissing him publicly, he basically painted a massive target on his own back.
I just had that happen to me literally yesterday. I'm sitting in a car and dude, he driving past, he's staring. Then he stopped and just keeps staring. And what's up? He don't say nothing. He just keeps staring. He drive a little, then he park. But he keeps staring. Then he hop out the car, start walking. I'm hold up. What's the issue? I had to upload it in front of everybody. But then I'm a fan. I'm like, damn, bro, like, say it. Okay, like.
People said he was pushing the limits, and it didn't take long before the streets fired back. One day, while Tiller was just taking his daughter out for a simple trip to McDonald's, things took a heartbreaking turn. A car pulled up and gunfire erupted toward Tiller's vehicle. He managed to make it out alive, but sadly, his young daughter didn't survive the incident. The tragedy shook the entire city, showing how deep and destructive the violence had become. Innocent lives were getting caught up in something that should have never gone that far. No one was ever officially charged for what happened that day, but rumors started flying fast. Word on the streets claimed Kill Bill and 2 other BTBG members, Otto and KB, might have been connected to the shooting. After the heartbreaking death of Tiller's daughter, Tiller reportedly reached out directly to Kill Bill through DMs, demanding that KB and Otto turn themselves in. He said straight up that he didn't care about keeping quiet anymore. He was ready to talk if it meant getting justice for his daughter. That message spread quickly and had everyone buzzing online. People couldn't believe how open Tiller was about the situation, and it added even more tension between him and BTBG. So after all that, Kill Bill decided to post the DMs online and straight up called Tiller a rat for speaking out.
But
I feel like niggas would be scared to say they fuck with your shit, think you would probably look at them as dick rat, but it's like, if I'm putting it out there, like, why would I really appreciate the support? I feel like most people feel like that, though. Like, they put the content or whatever they do out there.
yeah, being a fan of somebody, ain't nothing wrong with that. It's something wrong with being fanned out. I ain't gonna say something wrong with it. It's just that ain't what I want to be. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if I fuck with somebody shit and I meet them, I don't mind telling them I'm a fan of you, bro. Like, you could be bigger than somebody and be a fan of what they do. Like, it's people that's bigger than me that told me they're a fan of me. So it's like,
that move caused a massive wave of drama, with fans and bloggers picking sides instantly. Even though there's no solid proof linking Kill Bill to the shooting that took Tiller's daughter's life, his online behavior kept people talking nonstop. Then things got even crazier when, during an interview, Kill Bill started bragging about confronting an older woman who had disrespected him in the past. The clip spread fast, with people calling him out for acting cold-hearted and out of line. Every time he spoke, the controversy around his name just seemed to grow louder. Kill Bill's been spiraling deeper into wild situations for years, but what really pushed him into the spotlight was when he linked up with DMG's own Lil Deuce. That connection shocked a lot of people because DMG and BTBG don't even come from friendly neighborhoods. They've never really been tight like that. But around 2020, Kill Bill met Lil Deuce in the studio, and that meeting changed everything.
It's cool. But I want to ask about, like, where you from? Because I think a lot of people, even me, I thought you was from out south.
A lot of people be thinking that. I'm from out west, though. I'm from out Chicago, Avenue, Trumbull.
Bro, so I'm trying to think, like, what would that area, like, be called? Like, you know, different neighborhoods, motherfucker be like, this, that, like.
Shit, like, we just call it the hood. I don't know what nobody else call it. It'd be like, shit, motherfucker finna get to the hood.
So would that be considered like Austin, or?
The two hit it off fast, cooking up tracks that started blowing up online. Fans couldn't believe the collaboration, and it instantly made Kill Bill's name ring even louder across the city. The streets started buzzing heavy about the unlikely link-up, calling it one of the boldest moves he'd ever made. At that time, Kill Bill wasn't even fully focused on rapping yet, but once he connected with Lil Deuce, everything started moving fast. The two clicked instantly and ended up forming their own crew called DMGG, marking the start of a whole new wave in the city. From then on, Kill Bill and Lil Deuce were practically inseparable. Always together, always in the mix, and always cooking up new tracks. One of their collabs, Footprints, really started catching people's attention online and got heavy rotation in the underground scene.
Humble Park, I'm thinking.
So like Humble?
I think it's like, yeah, Humble Park, but motherfucker. I thought it was East Garfield Park. I used to be getting confused after like the map type shit, like, you know, the Google Maps.
Bro, so I ain't the only one confused. Like, but out west different to me. Like, I know a little more now because I'm older and I've been around and shit. But growing up, just passing through out west, like I used to be confused. Like when I was out south, even if I didn't know where I was at,
the numbers.
Yeah, be like, all right, I know this.
Linking up with Lil Deuce was a major move for Kill Bill, not just for the music, but because that's also how he got connected with Jose Oz, another rising name making waves in the streets. That connection opened doors and turned Kill Bill from just another name to someone the whole city started watching. Lil Zay had already been making serious noise in the city, building his name and stacking hits. But when he gave Kill Bill a cosign, everything changed overnight. That shout out brought Kill Bill a whole new wave of attention, especially after Lil Zay brought him out on stage at one of his shows.
Super far south, this low end, this in the middle. They'd be like, damn, what the fuck am I at? It's two names. Like, I guess it's easier for you though, cause you literally grew up out there, bro. But like, how was it for you going out south then?
Shit, the numbers. Like, but I know my sense of direction anyway though. Like the east, the north, the west. Like, you get what I'm saying? So like, shit, like, and it's really the streets though, cause most of the streets, like say where I be out south, them same streets run out west. You could take them same streets all the way down to get like south or west, determine which way you coming from. Just the numbers, but that shit, you can't count.
The crowd went wild, and just like that, Kill Bill's buzz exploded. But that same connection with Lil Zay and Lil Deuce ended up dragging him into a brand new conflict he didn't see coming. Word started spreading that back in 2020, Lil Deuce had allegedly been involved in a situation where one of his own homies was killed. That rumor lit up the streets fast and created major tension between crews. Before long, Kill Bill found himself caught in the middle of a beef that wasn't even his to begin with. But now, his name was right in the mix.
So I was watching a interview. I think it was Corporate Cartel, and you was speaking on like basically like having like good parents, you know, like not being raised a certain way. And I want to ask you, like, what was your upbringing like? Like I know you said you had 2-parent household.
It's like it was hard and like it was good and it was easy. It was good and bad, I should say, like. Cause when I used to live in Texas and shit with my pops and shit, we ain't had lights and shit like that. It'd be like, you know, times like that, but like, I always had the decision to go with my mama and shit, like, you know, out here. So, like, when I came out here, like, she'd be saying, she wished, like, they didn't move us to Chicago and shit, but I'd be like, you can't take, you know, the blame on that. Like, you know, you trying to put me in a better situation than you did. Like, whatever I did, that's what I did. Like, you know. My mama a good ass parent, honestly.
Lil Deuce had a reputation for being one of the most relentless members repping DMG, and people said he was constantly going after his rivals without hesitation. Rumors on the streets claimed he had taken out several enemies before his own life came to a violent end in 2025. What made his story even more unbelievable was what he went through before that. Deuce had been shot multiple times in his leg during a robbery and could barely walk afterward. Most people would have stepped back after something like that, but not him. Even with that injury, he kept moving like nothing could stop him, still getting involved in dangerous situations and keeping his name alive in the streets.
So how do she feel about because I ain't gonna ask. I don't even know your mama, but if you know how mamas be, they gonna be doing their research and finding out what they kids into. So how do she feel about some of the stuff she see regarding you?
She be knowing majority what be, cause we be in contact all the time. So she when she used to be herself, she'd be in the neighborhood and she'd see police sirens and shit. She'd send me some eyeball emojis and shit. And I'd be I'm in the house, she'd just call me and shit, and I try to pick up every time she call. So it's and your mama know you for real. So it's she'd know what's going on. She'd know how I'm feeling. My mama my best friend.
Everyone talked about how wild his dedication was. It was like he refused to slow down no matter what happened to him. Lil Deuce wasn't just going after DMG's rivals. His name started popping up in all kinds of street talk. After his death, a few of his enemies jumped on Instagram claiming that certain sets had been paying him $5,000 per job to handle their dirty work. Whether it was true or not, that rumor spread fast and made Deuce sound like a hired street soldier for anyone willing to pay. Deuce was also tight with a Hathaway member named Juju, but things in that circle started falling apart too. In 2023, Juju almost lost his life after allegedly being shot by another Hathaway member named C5. The drama didn't end there. Word was that Juju told the police what happened, which led to C5 getting locked up. That move split their crew even more, and people said C5 was expected to get out in 2025, setting the stage for even more chaos once he returned.
So with her raising you a certain way and probably not really wanting you to be in a street lifestyle, did it get to a point where she just had to understand? Was yeah, I don't agree with this, but for my baby to survive, he gotta probably move this way?
Yeah, but I feel she been fake understood that, cause I had two big brothers and shit, both of them in jail right now. So it was one time she walked in on me with something, she just told me put that up so your daddy don't see it type shit.
Yeah. Cause I even know people where I seen the transition from their parents on some, nah, you ain't finna be doing this, don't bring no gun, no this and that. And then they witness a blick out and it's you know what? You need that, baby. Bro, my brother don't agree with it, but it's shit, what do you do at that point? It's it is what it is.
It's man, my mama,
Word started spreading that Juju was terrified C5 would come after him once he got out. So he allegedly offered Lil Deuce $5,000 to take C5 out when he came home from prison. That rumor had the whole city buzzing. But before anything could even happen, Lil Deuce was killed. And the plan, if it was ever real, never went through. Still, that situation created a ripple effect that dragged a lot of people into new conflicts, including Kill Bill. Because he was tight with Lil Deuce and also linked up with Lil Jose Osama, Kill Bill found himself tangled in a dangerous web of drama that wasn't even his from the start. Now, every move he made was under a microscope, with people watching to see what would happen next in the growing storm around him. The tension really started heating up when a few guys from THF allegedly stole Lil Jose's watches, setting off a chain of payback moves. Not long after that happened, word got around that Lil Deuce ran into a THF member named G-Baby while they were both locked up on the same cell block, and things didn't go well for G-Baby.
One time, cause I lived in the hood. I moved out there probably 4 years ago. This shit fucked me up, honestly. My best friend, Kiki, had just left my house. Before he left, Lord and them call us. They on the phone and shit. They on FaceTime, they down the street. Be y'all need us to come right there and shit. With them, But they it's cool type shit. We finna go in. They we waiting for Darren to go in the house. So looks up. He, Kiki ended up leaving, he getting an Uber, whatever. I had some shots. So now, that shit, but I ain't, I was finna go to sleep. So my mama busts in, I'm trying to put my clothes on, scrambling like.
People said Deuce made sure he got handled inside, showing that he wasn't letting the robbery slide. When Lil Deuce got out, he wasted no time turning that energy into music. He linked up with Kill Bill and dropped the track Footprints, where he sent a cold message in his verse. Told that boy don't talk to me, Division 5 got ugly, got blood leaking from his teeth. That bar instantly went viral, with fans breaking down every line, claiming it was a direct shot at THF and proof Deuce was still standing on business. Things took a much darker turn when THF-TP was tragically killed in front of his kids, a moment that sent shockwaves through the city. Rumors started flying immediately, claiming that one of the people involved was a guy from BVC known as Man Man. Since BVC and DMG were on good terms, people believe Man Man might have acted out to get revenge for the Lil Jose's stolen watches, trying to settle the score in the most extreme way. The streets were buzzing with talk about loyalty, revenge, and betrayal. After TP's death, another BVC member named Vaughn jumped online and posted about those same watches that THF had taken, writing that somebody died for them. That post lit up social media instantly, turning an already tense situation into a full-blown firestorm and pulling even more crews into the middle of the chaos.
Putting some shit in my pants, my mama like, put that down type shit. I'm like, tweak. So looks out the police come, she like, well, at least don't go out there with that. So as I go up the street, I see my homie and shit, he like on the floor and shit. So now I looks up. But as I'm walking up, before I see the shit, motherfuckers like, don't let Bill see it, don't let Bill see it. So by the time my mama get down now, she like, what happened? I'm like, it's your fault. I could have got to him type shit. So I feel like she apologized to me for that, but I apologized to her for even saying it. So, but I feel like she, knew what was going on. Yeah. Like after that, for real.
Loza later seemed to confirm the rumors about Man Man being one of the shooters through his lyrics, sending the streets into another frenzy. In the track he rapped, they took out your baby mama, and you still ain't moved on your ops. Man from the one, he got that get back for that watch, and the ops acting like they did it, but they didn't do that at the top. Fans immediately connected the lines to the situation with TP, taking it as proof that Man was involved in the revenge hit. The song blew up online with people debating every bar and what it really meant. But things flipped fast. Just a month after TP was killed, word spread that someone had caught up with Man, setting off yet another wave of retaliation rumors that made the city even more tense and unpredictable. Not long after, tragedy struck again when Man and his close friend Stony Rich were attacked while driving, and both lost their lives in the shooting. The streets went silent after that. It felt like everyone was waiting to see what would happen next. At first, Lil Zay showed a lot of love toward BVC, especially after Man's role in what happened to THF-TP. But things took a sharp turn when new rumors surfaced. BVC members allegedly found out that Lil Deuce might have been involved in the 2020 killing of one of their own, a member named VTE. That revelation changed everything. What was once a solid alliance started crumbling fast, turning into another cycle of distrust and revenge talk that made the street politics even more complicated and dangerous. For a long time, no one had any idea who was behind VTE's death. It was one of those street mysteries everyone whispered about, but no one could prove. Then in 2025, news broke that Lil Deuce was allegedly the one responsible for it, and the story spread everywhere. According to what people were saying, VTE had been hanging around with a guy named Lil Mouse, someone Lil Deuce didn't get along with at all. That tension supposedly boiled over when Lil Deuce spotted VTE at a party. The two exchanged words and things went left fast, ending in tragedy. That moment became one of the key turning points that destroyed the peace between DMG and BVC, proving how fast friendships could turn into feuds in their world. What started as simple street politics had turned deadly, and there was no turning back after that. When BVC found out that Lil Deuce was allegedly behind VTE's death, it blew up into a whole new wave of beef across the city. Suddenly, everyone was jumping online and dissing each other left and right. Lil Zay's brother, Big Folks, even confirmed that Man had once stepped up for their side. But then he turned around and dissed him too, saying he died like a goofy. That only added more fuel to the fire. Soon after, Lil Doe started throwing shots at BVC in his tracks, and of course, Kill Bill jumped right in, dropping disses aimed directly at Man. It didn't take long for V from BVC to clap back, calling out Kill Bill by name and threatening to pull up on him. The back and forth turned intense, and before long, what started as a few disses had grown into one of the biggest street rivalries buzzing through Chicago. Kill Bill fired back online and straight up called Vaughn a rat, making the beef between DMG and BVC explode even more. At that point, everyone could see the two crews were heading toward a serious fallout, especially after the Devontae situation came to light. Still, no one could have predicted just how shocking things were about to get. Not long after, the streets were hit with devastating news about Lil Deuce. He already had several gun-related charges on his record, which meant he was required to check in regularly at the gun offender registry office. What was supposed to be a routine part of his probation suddenly turned into the setting for one of the most talked about moments in Chicago street history. The rumors, the timing, and the way everything unfolded left everyone speechless, wondering if the streets had finally gone too far. Someone must have found out exactly when Lil Deuce was scheduled to check in at the office, because around 10 in the morning, tragedy struck. As he was leaving the building, a car reportedly pulled up and opened fire. The attack happened so fast that witnesses barely had time to react. Lil Deuce was rushed to the hospital right after, but by the time help arrived, it was already too late. The news spread across the city in minutes, shocking everyone who knew him. For Kill Bill, this was another huge loss, another close friend gone. What made it even more heartbreaking was the timing. He was literally on his way to attend another homie's funeral when his phone rang with the devastating news that Lil Deuce had just been shot. That moment hit him hard, showing once again how unpredictable and cruel life in the streets had become. To this day, no one really knows who was behind Lil Deuce's death, but the rumors haven't stopped swirling. Some people online are saying he was set up by a woman close to him, while others are convinced that BVC was the crew that pulled it off. If that second rumor turns out to be true, then it could mean a whole new wave of tension between BVC and BTBG, two groups already known for their long-standing street drama. The streets have been buzzing ever since, with everyone throwing around theories and guessing who might have really been behind it. On top of all that, there are now whispers that BTBG might be connected to one of the biggest hits the city's seen in years, adding even more fuel to an already dangerous situation. It feels like every time the chaos dies down, another rumor sparks it right back up. THF Zoo had been surviving in Chicago's trenches for decades, earning a name that carried weight across the city. Lately, though, people said he wasn't really caught up in the beef anymore. He'd mostly stepped back from that life. But once THF started feuding with Lil Zay, his crew, and DMG/6300, the tension came roaring back. Then, out of nowhere, shocking news broke. THF Zoo had been killed in broad daylight. The city couldn't believe it. Rumors started flying fast, with some saying that BTBG might have had a hand in the situation. What made things even crazier was when Kill Bill during an interview said, "Rest in peace to Zoo," and followed it with a smile. That one moment lit up social media, making everyone question if he was hinting at something deeper or just feeding into the chaos that had already taken over the streets. Kill Bill has been in the mix for years, dropping music, making noise in the streets, and keeping his name in constant conversation. But lately, his rise has been explosive. Practically overnight, he's gone viral across social media with everyone talking about him. Fans, critics, and bloggers all weighing in. Some people are claiming he's got a serious track record against his rivals, saying he's up 12 on the ops, though there's zero real proof behind most of those stories. Still, the internet eats it up, turning every rumor into a headline. Whether the talk is fact or cap, one thing's clear. Kill Bill knows how to keep people watching and guessing. His name's become one of the loudest in Chicago, and the more people try to dig into his story, the more mysterious and unpredictable it gets. Kill Bill seems to be turning all the chaos into an advantage. Instead of backing down, he's been clowning the drama online, laughing at the rumors, and using social media to keep his name trending. He even called out Trap Lord Ross, saying the YouTuber was spreading lies about him in his videos. That move sparked another wave of attention, with fans rushing to watch and debate both sides. Now, there's no question that Chicago's got some real street legends who've made headlines for deadly records, like Pluto 2 Times, one of BTBG's biggest rivals, who was said to have been behind more than 10 killings before he was taken out himself. But when it comes to Kill Bill, it feels like every week somebody's trying to connect him to another case with no proof to back it up. His name's become so tied to the city's street stories that it's hard to tell what's real and what's just rumor. With all eyes on him now, there's no doubt the cops are probably watching Kill Bill way closer than ever before. Every move he makes seems to end up online. But despite all the drama, it actually looks like he's got a real shot at breaking out of the trenches if he stays focused on music and leaves the street chaos behind. His fan base is growing fast, and even big names are starting to notice. In fact, Kodak Black recently liked one of Kill Bill's posts on Instagram, and that small moment sent fans into a frenzy. People started talking about a possible collab, saying that if Kill Bill links up with someone on Kodak's level, it could completely flip his career. After everything he's been through, that kind of move could finally be his chance to turn all the street buzz into real success. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment too. Cause this story's got everyone talking. A lot of people are already getting tired of seeing Kill Bill all over their feeds, but one thing's for sure, he's got the city's full attention right now. If he plays his cards right, keeps his head straight, and focuses on the music, he could actually break away from all the drama and become one of the next big names in rap. But if he keeps moving reckless and letting the beef pull him back in, it could all fall apart fast. People keep comparing his situation, saying he could rise up like Chief Keef if he stays smart, or fade away like Lil Jeff if he doesn't. The next few moves he makes will decide everything, and everyone's watching to see how it plays out.